Yeah, Paris Saint-Germain once again the focus of a big transfer this summer. This time it's a potential outgoing though in the shape of Kylian Mbappe. Real Madrid made a €160 million bid 3 days ago. Kyle Walker, Jess Creighton alongside me this morning. Jess, fill us in, what is going on here?
Wow, imagine this goes through. So where we're at right now, Real Madrid made a bid for Kylian Mbappe, we think about 3 days ago, of €160 million. So PSG, considering the offer, not rushing about this. They haven't made a decision yet, haven't responded yet as far as we know. But we do know that it's Mbappe's dream, since he was a young boy, to play for Real Madrid. And you could say why. That they a football club that have defined an era of football. They have tried to do this in the right way, Real Madrid. They've been very vocal and very honest and upfront about who they want. They've offered the club a decent price, a very decent price. And they do know, of course, that it becomes, a bit easier to buy him next summer because he's in the final year of his contract. But for Real Madrid, they've made an offer, €160 million, 3 days ago. PSG yet to respond, Joe.
Okay, and I mean, you look at Kylian Mbappe, he's 22 years old, he's got 1 year left on his contract. As Jess said, he wants to go to Real Madrid. Kyle, it would surely make sense for PSG to cash in now, bearing in mind what Jess said about him potentially being able to leave on a free next summer.
Well, you would think so, because next summer, if he was to go on a free, would PSG be looking back at this summer and this year thinking we could have made €160 million, we could have made £137 million. But you have to remember as well, Mbappe has been offered the chance to stay at PSG. He's so far refused to sign an extension to his current deal. How would that affect the player moving forward this season when you know that Mbappe doesn't want to stay at the club? It's going to be huge, the fact that Real Madrid have come in for him for sentimental value and reasons for Kylian Mbappe. He wants to play at Real Madrid. He's made that quite clear to them and to PSG. But you have to look at the importance of Mbappe, even if it's for a season. He scored 133 times and made 63 assists in 174 games for PSG in all competitions. Plus, he's helped them win 11 major domestic honours, including 3 league-earned titles. But it's not the Champions League. Could this season be the season that everyone's talking about? Neymar, Messi, Mbappe all together. If they are, can they finally get their hands on that Champions League? You've got to look at another maybe sticking point potentially as well. €160 million or £137 million, as I said. It's less than the 167 million that PSG paid for him, euros that is, when he arrived from Monaco after that season-long loan. Could they hope for more money? Are they wanting to make some money from Mbappe as well? Does it make sense to sell him now when they would effectively be losing money 3 years ago when they actually did sign him?
Yeah,
I think as looking at it from Mbappe's point of view as well, I can understand why he wants to leave. Real Madrid, as I say, are one of the dominant forces in world football. And you think at the stage he's at in his career now, he's 22 years old, 23 in December, it's pivotal. He wants to go to a club now where he can be sure of winning trophies. He can be sure of winning the top honours on the continent, and that is the Champions League, which perhaps PSG have a chance of winning this season, but Real Madrid, in terms of their history, in terms of their profile, no one can match them. PSG cannot match them for that. So I understand why he might want to move. That's no disrespect to PSG.
Yeah, and I just wonder as well from Real Madrid's perspective, let's head on back over to Michael, who's on the sofa for us this morning. Michael, how can Real Madrid afford Mbappe?
Yeah, Joe, many people are asking this question, and with good reason. In April, Florentino Perez says football was unsustainable. Now, reports in France are even saying this bid is going to be rejected. So how far can Real Madrid go? This is going to be really interesting. However, from Real Madrid's point of view, they've lost Sergio Ramos, they've sold Martin Odegaard, Rafael Varane to Manchester United. We're told they've been planning this transfer for some time. They're also acting accordingly in terms of asking for the bid early, so PSG, as we've mentioned on here, can get a replacement. But also worth considering as well, if you look at it over the past few years, Real Madrid love a Galactico signing, don't they? They haven't made many big signings over the past few years. To them, this transfer has been planned for some time.
Yeah, and as with many transfers, there is always this kind of domino effect and a potential wider implication involving a player that I'm not sure many people will have heard of.
What's his name? Sorry, what's his name? No, definitely. This could be one of the biggest transfer windows in terms of big players moving. Messi has obviously gone to PSG. And then if we do see Mbappe move on to Real Madrid, well, one of the biggest agents in football is trying to put together a deal which would see Kylian Mbappe go to Real Madrid and Cristiano Ronaldo taking his place at Paris Saint-Germain. Now, you have to look at this because Ronaldo is out of contract at Juventus next summer and he is open to leaving possibly, even though the social media post would suggest that he isn't going anywhere. Or he's ruled out Real Madrid anyway, hasn't he? We don't know. It was a bit cryptic, let's be completely honest. And there's talks about, as I said before, PSG still trying to convince Mbappe to sign that new deal. I'm sure that if they were to lose Mbappe, they would be looking to replace him. There's only 6 days left of this transfer window. Could we see Mbappe going to Real Madrid, Cristiano Ronaldo going from Juve to PSG? Let's just say this though, Ronaldo has not told Juventus that he wants to leave, but they would not stand in his way if a club was to come in for him. Imagine Messi and Ronaldo at PSG and Neymar as well. Oh wow. I mean, it gets you excited. Can it happen in 6 days though? I'm not too sure.
Because it's funny, because you think back, because when Messi signed for PSG, these rumours already started about Ronaldo, and we were talking about it being complete fantasy football, but
honestly,
it does look like there is a slight possibility it could happen. And I mean, Kyle said they're potentially losing that Mbappe, Neymar, Messi front line, but bringing in Ronaldo for Mbappe, it's not a bad replacement, is it, Jeff?
Bang average, isn't it? I mean, no, there's probably only one of a few people you could replace Mbappe with and bring someone in who is not just the same as, but better, more experienced, more able to score goals at the highest level. Cristiano Ronaldo, exactly what PSG would need. Someone who can score goals at the highest level, especially if they want to win that elusive Champions League trophy. And imagine Messi and Ronaldo in the same team together. Look at that between them. In all the competitions, 91 games played, 74 goals scored. That's just from two players. And if they join together in one team, it beggars belief as to what they could achieve and what PSG could achieve if they were to get both of those players into the same team. And I was looking at, Ronaldo by himself, 29 goals in 33 Serie A games last season. Don't forget, he won the Euros Golden Boot as well in the summer. Lionel Messi, 30 goals in his 35 La Liga games. Joint top goal scorer in the Copa America as well. That's nearly 60 goals, just league goals for two players. So, put that together with the other team they've brought and the other reinforcements they've brought in. Let's not forget about Sergio Ramos, who's going to shore things up in defence for PSG. Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, you're getting us excited talking about it. The potential excitement is huge, and I don't want to be a party pooper, but Kyle, I guess a lot of people will be looking at it and thinking, if it does happen, what is the fairness of it? Is it fair to have a team with such superstars all playing together?
Well, some people will look at it that way. Others would be so excited around the conversation of who's the greatest of all time. We've had that for so long, and now we finally might get to see both of them together. But is that fair? The two greatest footballers to arguably ever play football. That's not me saying that, by the way. Some people are saying that. Is it fair?
Who cares?
Some would say maybe not. I'm sure every single team, player, manager, coach in League 1, they won't be saying it's fair. They won't be too happy around it. But you have to remember, this is modern day football. Teams have this type of money. If they can do it within the rules, if they want to go and achieve great things while bringing those players together. Was it fair when Real Madrid did it in the early 2000s? Were people saying that's not fair? There's been so much talk recently around Manchester City. If they were to get Jack Grealish and Harry Kane, would that be fair? Would you be ruining the English Premier League? I'm sure, though, obviously, that everyone that was saying that about Manchester City, that they're saying the exact same around PSG agree, right? That they're saying that. Surely that's how it works. Yeah?
The only thing that I would be, concerned about is, I mean, they clearly still have a lot to give, but Ronaldo at 36, Messi at 34, they've both been in teams their whole career pretty much that have been built around them to succeed, built around their strengths. If they go to PSG, will they have to adapt their style of play? Will there be another focal point in the team that they have to adapt to? And can they do that? Have they had to do that in their career once they've been as successful as they've been? I'm not sure they have. So that's the only thing that perhaps makes me think, maybe it won't be as exciting as we think it's going to be.
I'm sure they'll make it
Carl's looking
work.
at me like
I'm sure Messi and Ronaldo and Neymar in there, as well as the other players at PSG. I'm sure they could make that work.
Okay.
Well, of course, as it stands, Mbappe is still in there. Ronaldo is still a Juventus player. We can always seem to bring these chats back to Harry Kane. And Michael, just want to get back to you, because thinking about this offer and this valuation, I guess, of Mbappe, what do you think that then does to the value of Harry Kane?
Daniel Levy will be watching this with glee. A player out of contract next season, and a bid goes in for 160 million euros. Daniel will know Harry Kane has 3 years left on his contract. Mbappe can leave for free next season. They can negotiate in January. Now, I know he's younger, I know, but Kane is one of the best players in the world, and this is another example of a fee that will be heavily noted by many in North London, and with good reason.